Good morning, and I guess we can start. When connecting to the Driftless area, we think of tangibles such as scenery, architecture, and family. But an important insight is provided by author Isabel Allende, who states that roots are not in a landscape, or a country, or a people. They are inside of you. So roots is more complex than just physical, but these things can enhance the concept within us and our community. I will illustrate rooting using the example of the Jo Daviess Conservation Foundation, or JDCF, a land trust working to preserve parcels in northwestern Illinois by seeing natural and human heritage as linked and complementary, thus casting a wider net of interest, investment, and participation. Like all the Driftless area, Jo Daviess County is rich in Native American heritage that spans many millennia to the present day. This history is written across the landscape in the form of old village sites whose artifacts are peppered across the area's farm fields, bluff-faced rock shelters where bands sought refuge during the harsh winter, with many of these shelters containing a layer cake of cultural deposits going back thousands of years. And of course, bluff-top burial and effigy mound groups where landforms were modified, monuments built, and ancestors laid to rest watching over the bustling villages below. And during the 1820s, nations such as the Meskwaki and Ho-Chunk left behind large-scale trench mines used to extract lead ore for smelting and trade. JDCF's involvement in cultural heritage began a decade ago when the Portage Preserve was established to conserve a large Native American settlement from circa AD 1250, a property now on the National Register of Historic Places and restored to a vibrant prairie with public hiking trails and informational signs concerning the archaeological site. It is this locale where both visitors and local community are engaged in maintaining and appreciating this special place. The property has been complemented with additions of the nearby Eagle's Nest Preserve and purchased the adjacent Wayland property to the south. JDCF was next involved in the establishment of the Casper Bluff Preserve, a stretch of bluff top along the Mississippi that contains striking views, prairie and oak stands, along with 20 mounds, including a bird effigy. The property is now a favored destination for local hikers and outdoor enthusiast groups, as well as a location for Camp Casper, a summer program that introduces local children to the varied wildlife that surrounds them. Several miles to the north, JDCF purchased an additional section of bluff top that became the Keogh Preserve, a compact and rugged parcel packed with archaeological sites that include rock shelters, mussel shell middens, burial mounds, and a large bear effigy. One last ongoing project is the restoration of the Portage property overlooking the confluence of the Galena and Mississippi rivers. This property is one continuous archaeological landscape containing a linked complex of villages, cemeteries, and mounds that was constructed and utilized over the course of thousands of years. The initial work at Portage has focused on addressing severe erosional issues related to past agricultural practices and relocating important archaeological sites discovered by pioneer archaeologist William Baker Nickerson over a century ago. This project has great potential to bring a diverse group of people together, a parcel that forms a sort of geographic and a historical keystone to comprehend and anchor the previously mentioned Keogh and Casper Bluff Preserves to the north and south, respectively. To summarize, JDCF has preserved properties with important cultural resources that total over 700 acres, with 53 mounds and other important archaeological sites, an impressive feat indeed for a small conservation group. So what is the purpose of this preservation beyond fossilization of parcels for field intellectuals and outdoor enthusiasts? How do these efforts contribute to making a better world for us all? Ultimately, they matter to living people in more ways than we realize. They matter because they truly add to our scientific knowledge of ecology and shared heritage. They preserve places where Native Americans can once again interact with the deep heritage of their own ancestors. They create a shared sense of community for people investing in a landscape for future generations, not as parcels that freeze a past ecology or a former culture in amber, but as places of change to be stewarded for those yet to come. To ground young people in their environment, heritage, and responsibility for passing those concerns on to their descendants. Thus we come full circle to Isabel Allende's wise observation. Roots are ultimately not about static things. but about what is inside of us and how we use this to inspire others to make these connections. Thus, for the Driftless area, these efforts are a positive obligation. So think about this, then go establish roots in your own place. Thank you.